Welcome back to Blacks in Motion. And like I said, we're going to talk a little UT football. You know they had a coaching vacancy over there for the program after Mack Brown left, and they've hired a new coach. By now, you probably know the new coach, Charlie Strong, is there ready to get the program in motion. Now look, Charlie Strong has had a lot of success at the collegiate ranks. He was recently the head coach at the University of Louisville, where he only had 3 losses in the last 2 years. Yeah, Louisville, traditionally a basketball school. They won the national championship last year. But he got there and really transformed that football program. And that's probably what made him a leading candidate to take over the reins in UT. Now, as much as it may have surprised some people that he got hired there, some people weren't happy. And it wasn't just anybody. It was Red McCombs. Now, down here in San Antonio, we know Red McCombs. Red McCombs, his name is synonymous with the city. He owns car dealerships. He used to own part of the Spurs. He even used to own the Minnesota Vikings and almost got him here one time. But you know, it really saddened me to hear some of his comments about Charlie Strong. He said that the guy will probably be best as a position coach, maybe a defensive coordinator or a coordinator. Yeah, he got 2 national championships as a coordinator at the University of Florida. So why wouldn't it be a good idea to have him as a head coach? You know, Red McCombs gives a lot of money to the university, so I guess he felt like it was okay for him to say it. But after his comments came out, a lot of people said, including me, man, that had a lot of racial undertones to those comments. Are you saying that because Charlie Strong is an African-American, a minority, coming into one of the big programs, maybe he couldn't handle it? Yeah, Red McCombs came back and apologized, but you know, it really wasn't enough for me because I think that there are some racial undertones with the situation. Matter of fact, it reminded me of another similar situation involving Tyrone Willingham. He had some great seasons as the head coach at Stanford. Then all of a sudden, the NCAA said, hey, we need more minority head coaches. So the University of Notre Dame stepped up and hired Tyrone Willingham. And yes, people were surprised, but he came in and he had 10 wins in his first season. No other inaugural coach had done that at Notre Dame. But unfortunately, 2 seasons after that, both losing seasons, Notre Dame fired him. It seemed like he was there for a few seconds, then he was gone. 3 years, he wasn't even there to see his own first recruiting class graduate. They got him out of there real quick. And to make matters worse, they brought in the next coach, Charlie Wise, who won 9 games in his first season, but halfway through that season, they gave him a 6-year extension. But guess what? He wasn't black. He wasn't a minority. Yes, he was a graduate of Notre Dame, and they might have gave him a little bit of favoritism, but it just didn't seem like it was right. And I kind of feel like that's the same situation with UT. You're going to bring in this guy who's virtually young as a coach, and you're going to tell him, hey, we're going to need you to do all these things. This is one of the biggest programs in the nation, and you don't have any room to fail. I think they're going to want him to beat Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. They're going to want him to beat Baylor, and they're going to want him to win the Big 12 all in the first season. And if he slips up on any of those things, don't be surprised if you hear that Charlie Strong might be out just as fast as he was in at the head coaching position at the University of Texas. I hate it has to be that way. It's 2014. Come on, people. But hey, maybe you agree with me. Maybe you don't. Either way, let me know. I want to hear from you. Hit me up at my email, cliff@blackvideonews.com. And as always, please stay logged on right here at Blacks in Motion, and always love us right here. Stay logged on.